Well, good morning here from Majuro, here at the grill area of the Robert Reimers Hotel. It is 10 AM on a Saturday. I had an interesting couple of days here in Majuro in the Marshall Islands, but now it's time to continue. And today I'm gonna fly Nauru Airlines from here in Majuro down to Tarawa. It is the main atoll of the country of Kiribati. Now Kiribati is actually spelled Kiribati, like with a TI in the end, but you pronounce it Kiribati, so the TI becomes an S. For some reason. Took me a while to figure that out. It's just like one flight hour south of here, so not that far away. Flight leaves at 4 PM. Maybe I'll walk around a bit, but I don't know. I think I've seen everything. There's not too much to see here, honestly. So I will see you when I get to the airport. Well, all checked in for Nauru Airlines from Majuro to Tarawa. Check-in took a really long time. It took like 10 minutes for me. Like, first the gate agent wanted to see a visa for Kiribati and then a permit, and I'm like, oh, I don't need a visa. I'm just staying there for 5 days, so I'm covered. But he was like very insistent. Yeah, do you have a visa or permit? I don't know. No, I don't have. And then he also wanted to see my onboard ticket to Fiji, because I'm going to Fiji thereafter. I mean, that's normal. They will always ask you for a confirmed onboard ticket. And then in the end, he was fine with that. And then they take your boarding pass to a separate counter where you actually have to pay a departure fee, $25 and pay in cash. I don't think they accept credit cards. I'm not sure how I feel about these departure fees, honestly. Like, you pay them in Truk, in Pohnpei, also here in Majuro apparently. If you want to charge them, like, why not charge them in the ticket, like, right away? Why expect passengers to pay it in cash here? It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Yeah, it's 1:30 now. I guess that security will open in like 1 hour. That's why I'm kind of sitting outside here. They have a couple of shops in the terminal that are open now. And I think the restaurant bar sort of thing is also open. But while we're sitting out... But while we're sitting outside, maybe I can tell you a little bit about Nauru Airlines, as long as I don't drown in the waves here. So Nauru Airlines was established in 1970. Most of their fleet is pretty old. They have like a couple of Boeing 737-300s and 700s, and also one 800 for cargo. And actually, just as we speak, like today and also yesterday, they are currently transferring their newest fleet member, their newest fleet edition, a Boeing 737-800 for passengers, from Lithuania down to Australia. So that is happening right now. And speaking of Australia, Nauru Airlines actually operates under an Australian AOC, Air Operator Certificate, and all of their aircraft are also registered in Australia. I think there's probably no aviation authority in Nauru itself. I don't know exactly, but my guess is they just use the Australian standards. Yeah, so where do they fly? Essentially, they have their own island hopper service, and they recently even extended it. They're going north-south or south-north between Australia and Palau, actually. They extended it to Palau in December. So they're going from Brisbane through Nauru to Tarawa, Majuro, Pohnpei, all the way to Palau, and then all the way back as well. And actually the flight today, or like these days, this month, I don't know, it actually has an additional stop in Nadi in Fiji as well. So this flight today, ON46, is actually going all the way from Palau to Pohnpei, Majuro, Tarawa, Nauru, Nadi to Brisbane. That is such a long ride. You can book that in a through ticket. It will take 22 hours and it will set you back like, I don't know, somewhere around 1,800 to 2,000 Australian dollars. It's unbelievably expensive. If you're really determined, if you want to do that for 22 hours in a 737, do it. I'm not gonna do it. For me, the 1 hour to Tarawa is enough. Today's ride will be on a very exciting Boeing 737-300. It is in fact the last 737-300 that was ever built. Victor Hotel X-Ray November uniform. First flight in 1999. It is 24 years old. Oh, a bit older than that actually. The very last one ever built. That's gonna be quite exciting. Made it through security and immigration. Well, very straightforward, although you have to take off your shoes at security. I hate taking off my shoes at security. I think the security is actually done by TSA. That will explain that. Flight seems to be on time. Yeah. Until then, I can enjoy the air-conditioned terminal here. And even the shop is open today, which is good because you cannot bring any water bottles through security. Oh, okay. Nauru Airlines just landed. Also, they have very fast Wi-Fi here in the airside area. It doesn't really work in the check-in area, but in the airside area it works reasonably fast. So I will let the hotel in Tarawa know that my flight will be on time. Well, I think they know it anyway.
You're seated at 16F, left-hand side window.
Welcome aboard the Boeing 737-300 of Nauru Airlines. This is quite exciting. As I said before, this is Victor Hotel X-Ray November uniform. The last 737-300 that was ever built. It had its first flight back in 1999, so it's just over 24 years old. But the cabin seems to be in a reasonably good shape, I would say. So far, I have a row to myself. Pretty sure that will not stay that way. And the legroom is actually fantastic. Possibly the best legroom I've ever had on any 737. There is actually quite some interesting traffic coming to Majuro. Like yesterday I saw a US military C-130 here, and actually now there is like a cargo 737 parked over there. Yeah, but back to this 737-300. I was actually very lucky because when I booked the flight, it was indicated as a 737-700, which would have been fine as well, but the 300 is much more exciting. Like, there are not many 300s and 500s left in the world that are still like an active passenger service, so if you get a chance to fly on one, it's quite a unique experience. So as I've mentioned before, this one is 24 years old, and it was the last one ever built, so the others are much older. I think boarding is completed, and I have a row to myself. And actually, the flight is not full at all. It's like half full, maybe?
Welcome aboard your Nauru Airlines flight ON46. Service through to Tarawa, then continuing on to Nauru, Nandi and Brisbane. Our flight time to Tarawa will take us 57 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, while we're here to ensure that you do have a comfortable trip with us today, we'll also concern about your safety. With that in mind, the cabin crew will now demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. Please take the time to review this card. Our Boeing 737-300 has 6 exits. The flight attendants will now indicate in the likely event of a decompression, additional oxygen will be required.
And we are airborne out of Majuro, runway 07, totally calm takeoff. Crew is also very professional. There's a trainee actually today, like one crew member is in training. Seatbelt signs just went off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign is still switched on. Please remain your seat with your seatbelt fastened.
Okay, I don't know, they switch it off and on. Anyway, so one crew member is in training, but they're all like really nice and really professional as well. And actually, okay, one thing I noticed during the safety briefing. During the safety briefing, there's always something new when you fly a new airline. And when it came to the oxygen masks, like when they say as an adult you have to put on your own mask first before helping children and others, they actually specified the amount of time you have. If I understood it correctly, it was 80 seconds. I have never ever heard that on any airline in any safety briefing before. And they also just came around and handed out the arrival form and the health declaration form for Tarawa, so again, something to fill out. just filled out the arrival forms and the health declaration and the customs form. When you travel the Pacific area, there are a lot of forms to fill out. Always carry a pen with you. And the crew is also coming around serving something. I don't know yet what they're serving. I'm hoping for a snack. I'm a bit hungry. I think he said something about sandwich. Yeah, so they had chicken and egg or tuna and egg sandwiches. I went for the tuna and egg, and they also give you a small piece of chocolate. And you actually have to make sure you eat that on this flight because you cannot bring it into Tarawa, obviously. Like, you cannot bring any, like, poultry products or like any fish into Tarawa, so just eat it on the flight. And the drink service is actually also very extensive, so they have like apple juice, pineapple juice, I think she said pineapple juice, and also orange juice. I went for an orange juice. And they also have red and white wine, and obviously soft drinks like Coke and stuff. So yeah, very, very extensive, and they're super friendly as well. So far it's a really good flight on a very, very exciting aircraft. Right, they took away the rubbish now. And actually when they came by with the cart, I saw that it had a Philippine Airlines sticker on it. I don't know if it belongs to Philippine Airlines anymore. Probably not. But it was gone so fast I couldn't take a video. Just believe me, it said Philippine Airlines on it. And we just in this very moment started our descent into Tarawa. Flight went by very quickly. A lot to do. I went through the in-flight magazine earlier and I had to fill out the arrival forms and I had to eat. I also went to the loo. So flight went by really quickly. It was a great flight, great crew. I would definitely fly them again if I get a chance. I mean, their network is not that big. Essentially they fly from Nauru to the neighboring islands. I'm kind of curious about the whole island hopper thing. Like, to do it in one go, it takes at least 17 hours depending on the routing. The longest routing, like on this flight, the longest routing is 22 hours. It would be a crazy thing to do. I don't know. Maybe at some point in the future, but based on the experience today, a really lovely airline.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We ask that you turn to your allocated seat and ensure that your seatbelt is now securely fastened. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tarawa, where the local time now is 4:57 p.m. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the captain has switched off the seatbelt sign. Please have your passport and completed arrival form ready for inspection. We will be disembarking from the front using the stairs. For safety reasons, please make sure to use the handrail to assist you down the stairs. We thank you for flying with Nauru Airlines. We certainly have enjoyed sharing part of our day with you, and it's been a pleasure having you on board. We look forward to making you welcome the next time you fly with us. And to those passengers continuing on to Nauru, Nandi and Brisbane, there'll be a change of cabin crew at this port. So on behalf of all the crew, I hope you enjoy your onward journey with all of our friendly cabin crew. Thank you all and have a good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome to the George Hotel here in Betio at the far western end of Tarawa South. It's actually quite nice. I mean, look at that. So yeah, it's pretty clean actually, and you have air conditioning as well. You have a TV here. Yeah, you even have a water boiler and a fridge. It's pretty decent actually. For 120 Australian dollars per night, it's not too bad. My room doesn't have a key because they lost the key. Don't really need a key here, I guess. I actually already finished some dinner in the restaurant. Some curry chicken, because they ran out of pretty much everything else. The drive from the airport took almost an hour. Like, you have to drive the whole way, through all the villages, settlements, and there are lots of speed bumps on the way and lots of traffic and stuff, so it takes a while. Quite interesting actually. You see, South Tarawa is actually one of the most heavily populated places on the planet. They have almost the same population density as cities like London or Hong Kong. Of course, not when it comes to the total population, but when it comes to the relation between the population and the available land mass, the land where the population can actually live. So South Tarawa is actually very, very crowded, and you can see that on the way. And it's also missing a lot of sanitation. I saw a lot of people going into the sea to wash themselves with salt water. It's not the best. And I actually read that you shouldn't swim in the waters around South Tarawa because people tend to do their business in there. I don't know if it's still true, at least it used to be. That's better not swim there. So I plan to stay here for one night, and then tomorrow, Sunday, I actually wanted to go to another island, but unfortunately it turns out that the Air Kiribati booking office is closed on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. They are only open for new bookings from Monday to Friday, and the problem is you can't really book it online. I filled out their online form and sent a request, but they never got back to me, they never replied. And even if they had replied, I could have paid only by bank transfer, not by credit card, and bank transfer, I don't know, it takes ages, and it involves a lot of fees, and I don't know, it's just not very convenient. So my plan was to go to the airport office here and buy a ticket directly with them. Unfortunately, it turns out I cannot do that tomorrow because they're closed. So I need to come up with a plan B. I don't know what it will be yet. Most probably I'm gonna stay here in this hotel for one more night until Monday, but I'm gonna cover that in the next video. So until then, enjoy your travels.